I'm here in studio with Chantal Lalonde-Beaudet from the Eastern Ontario Health Unit. Thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so we're here today to talk about active transportation. So maybe let's start with a brief definition of what active transportation actually means.
Perfect. So active transportation is any human-powered form of transportation. And we sort of expanded our definition to include active and sustainable form of transportation. So it includes like walking, cycling, taking transit, carpooling. We can even expand it even further. We've got people that use like mobility devices, or if you're using a scooter, rollerblades, you name it. It's basically that you're using some form of human power to get around, and it's trying to reduce the amount of cars on the road that have one user in the vehicle.
Absolutely. So let's talk. It's a partnership between Transition Cornwall and yourself at the Eastern Ontario Health Unit. So that kind of gives away the dual purpose of the environment and health. So let's elaborate on that.
Absolutely. So it started off as a public health initiative. So one of the biggest strategies in public health for getting people more active without actually having to go to the gym or just trying to get people active in their day-to-day activities is promoting active and sustainable forms of transportation. So we co-hosted walkability workshops back in 2010 in partnership with the Heart and Stroke Foundation back then. And then from there was a push to kind of create a community group that would address walkability and cycling and really active transportation as a whole in this community and across the counties. And a big number of attendees were actually people some of the founders of Transition Cornwall Plus. And so as we started kind of putting this group together and we worked out a mission, vision, we set out our strategic plan, it started making more and more sense to sort of align as an action group of Transition Cornwall Plus, because it meets health objectives, but it also meets environmental and sustainability objectives. But beyond that, we also have partnerships with the City of Cornwall. We're working with the counties of Stormont, Dundas, and Glengarry to forge partnerships there too. We have business people on board as well. And then we have a number of community volunteers that are just passionate about active transportation, and they're really donating their time to be part of this group. So there's health, environment, economic, tourism. There's so many benefits to active transportation that it goes so far beyond just health that it's attracted quite a few different partners, and it's been really great since then.
And it's interesting to note, you mentioned the city, that active transportation infrastructure is really coming a long way here in the city.
Absolutely. So that was part of the reason that we hosted the walkability workshops in the City of Cornwall. Part of it was recognizing that the City of Cornwall has done really amazing things to move active transportation forward. So back in 2010, they approved their bicycle and pedestrian master plan. And then since then, they've been using the plan to make decisions about what infrastructure needs to be changed. And so our group part of our goal is to support these types of infrastructure changes and trying to get municipalities to not just have these documents that have really amazing plans, but to actually help municipalities to realize those plans, and also to help communicate to the community about that it is a good investment. And yeah, there can be some growing pains sometimes with making changes. We have to tear up roads sometimes. Sometimes it's adapting to a different design, and we're trying to kind of just help smooth over those transitions. And so we've been providing support to the city. They've been working with us a lot and seeking our feedback on a lot of issues to try to make those transitions better.
All right. Now, you recently launched a Facebook group with a lot of information for people that are interested in pursuing more active transportation. Let's talk about the group.
Yeah, so it's the Active Transportation Action Group. You can find it on Facebook. If you can't find it, you can find me on Facebook, and I can direct you towards it. And we can post it on the Cogeco page. So it's basically just a free space. So basically, it's whether you drive, walk, cycle, are interested in active transportation, are kind of curious about what it is, don't know what it is, have an opinion about it, no matter what side of the opinion you're on, this is sort of a forum to try to get people's feedback, to share information, because really we need to have conversations if we want people to really embrace what active transportation is, even if they're maybe not thinking about doing any type of active transportation right now. Because if you're a driver, which most people, even if you do cycle or walk or take transit, the likelihood is that you also own a vehicle or you operate a vehicle at some point during your day or your week. So it's about helping people to coexist, sharing the road and kind of living together in a peaceful way.
Absolutely. Now, we should note as well that we have the Active Transportation Challenge is coming up. It'll be a chance for people to try things out. We'll have you back on to talk more about that and get more detail about how people can find out more about that. So I want to thank you for joining me today.
Great, thank you.